You are now watching
The Creeping Lemur. He's back and he's out for blood this time, fellas. We last look at this whiner's channel when he came back swinging, trying to call both Major Chilla and Menace out with weak digs, acting like he had some crazy news to prove, hey, everyone, these guys are just as bad as me. Then expanding to how everyone in this niche is actually just like him, just as bad, all hypocrites, and that we'll all have our day. Well, believe it or not, fellas, it's only gotten worse from there. With his most recent two videos, where it seems like any and all understandings of who Lemur was as a person before all this have dissolved, faded away, and this whining, tantrum-throwing doxer has been revealed. And yes, he did stoop to the level of doxing in retaliation, and we'll get into that, but first I feel there's no better way to highlight just how badly this guy's mind has been falling apart with his second to last video, where Buddy alleges that he's been thrown out of the house and it's all your faults.
Y'all, it's over. I really honestly don't know what I'm gonna do at this point. You know, a lot of things have been happening lately, and I asked you guys to keep my family out of it, you know, keep my loved ones, the people that I hold near and dear, out of this, but it's just continued to get worse and worse. You know, it went from people mailing things to my house, people throwing bricks through my window, and now somebody's super glued. And when I mean super glue, I don't know what brand they use, but this thing is not coming off, a dildo to the front of one of my family members' cars. And I might as well just come out and say it. My father's car has a dildo on it now. And it's hard to drive around with a car like that. And the car is rather expensive, right? When he drives around, you know, when we drive around, hell, 'cause you know he's driving me around places. Everybody knows that. So when he's driving me around now, people are just in my town are screaming, look, it's the dildo mobile. They even got a name for it and everything.
Right here is where it starts to get me. You know, in the first response or two, I felt bad for his family. You know, there's no need for people to be sending SEX toys to his house. There's no reason for people to be throwing rocks through his windshields. I get why people would be outraged at someone like Lemur and his allegations. I mean, he's an awful person. But at the end of the day, his family weren't the ones who took that girl to the motel. It was Lemur. So of course, at the very least, his family doesn't deserve to be harassed like this. But then he comes out making comments like this, oh, like someone super glued a dildo to my father's. They're calling me the dildo mobile as we drive around in my father's car. You're telling me someone as vain as Lemur, someone so egotistical as Lemur, would ever allow himself to be driven around in a car that has a dildo super glued to the hood? Come on. I don't believe that whatsoever. And this really gets into the fact that this guy ruins everything for himself. What little sympathy I had for him and his family is gone now because he just can't help but try to farm as many views as he can off of the most shocking content now that he can put out.
And it's just sick the lengths that people will go to, I guess, just make somebody out to seem something they're not. Because truly, we should all be coming together as one to stop the actual sick individuals, right? But here you guys sit and you waste your time putting dildos on an innocent man's car. The fuck is wrong with you? I maintain my innocence, and I will maintain my innocence until the day that I die. But you have to live with the fact that you put a dildo on a man's car who's just trying to provide for his family. And now my father is kicking me out. Now my father is kicking me out. I believe so. You know what? I can't find a job. Why do you think I'm here? I can't do it. It's hard. People put posters up in my town. People put posters up in my town. Every time I go to a major business and ask for a job application, they think I'm some kind of molester or something. I can't apply for jobs. You know? And I come home today, all my stuff's in a bag. All my things are in a bag. My suitcase is packed. And I'm trying to talk to my dad, nothing.
And I think a little bit here is we get into the absurdity of his mental state with we should all be coming together to stop these sick individuals. Like, at the end of the day, Lemur, what do you think we're doing right now? I just hopped on stream for 4 days for a marathon that at the end of the day would hopefully discourage you from staying on the internet. I came together with my fellow creator, Menace, in order to stand against a sick individual. That sick individual was you, sure, but that's exactly what we're doing, what you're talking about. So no, you don't get to come back here on the platform, fake cry about some jobs you allegedly can't find and how people are super gluing dildos to a dad who's just trying to provide for his family. I mean, maybe if his first videos weren't immediately walking back on his apologies, I might have felt bad for him a little bit if he came on and just started crying about how he can't find a job anymore, but he's just such a terrible, god-awful person. He can't help but throw digs at everyone else, exaggerate about just how bad things are in the Gilberto Cardona household. And like, if his main goal was to have people feel bad for him in order to try to garner some sympathy points, garner some support, he's just taking even more of those sympathy points away.
Message in the afternoon, and it's an audio message. He couldn't even tell me face to face. Kicked me out the fucking house. And it's all your faults. Each and every one of you are to blame for this. Listen to this audio message. Can't believe he would kick his son out like this. What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Listen, I can't take this much anymore, man. This is too much for me to handle. Your little fucking YouTube dream or whatever the fuck you want it to be. Every single fucking day, there's some different kind of goddamn harassment or some different kind of bullshit happening to my house from some random dude on the internet. People shitting in my lawn, people spray painting pictures of this like random fucking black guy on my goddamn door, like we have grown men throwing bricks through our window. Someone glued a dildo to the front of my car, and now when I drive around, people look out and scream, "Look, here comes the dildo mobile!" What the fuck? I have a job to go to. I have to support this fucking family while you stay home fucking on YouTube all day, fucking talking about some fucking retards. What the fuck? You're out by Monday. I swear on my fucking life. If you don't get your shit together or you don't get a job, you're fucking out.
So that's it, I guess.
This was really just pitiful to listen to. The sad attempt that was whatever this was supposed to be. If this is your first time seeing this, he literally put an AI image of an angry Mexican. There's a Mexican flag up there too, of over his dad that was allegedly him screaming at him, telling him that you're out by next week or whatever. So regardless of whether his angle was, oh, let me get these guys to report on something fake so then I can turn around and say all the allegations were fake because these guys fell for this, or whether this pitiful attempt at making it out to seem like his dad was kicking him out was real just to try to get everyone off of his tail and stop ordering, dildos to his household. Who knows? He starts making a little jokes about, oh, he might be diddled out in the woods now that he's gonna have to go sleep in encampments and whatnot. It's not even worth the rest of the watch. It's all baloney. Because at the very least, if you're getting kicked out, if all your shit's up in a bag, how are you going to find the time to be bad at Call of Duty for like 6 minutes and then yap and then edit afterwards? There's no way, buddy. No matter how you guys look at this, whatever angle he's trying to take, it's just so very clear that his mental state is just falling apart right now. Especially with tax season coming up, he has no income anymore, especially with how his videos have been flopping lately. And I think his mental state has taken an even further nosedive after this, since he decided, hey, I know what would be perfect for my situation. The general public already hate my guts. Apparently there's people putting posters up of me being a molester in my town. I have just the thing to sway everyone's minds in my favor, and that's going to be to dox Mayor Menace's face in a YouTube video and talk about how the music he made was cringe, but then also admit that the music Mayor Menace made is a lot better than the music that he made. So stupid. Let's just get into it.
All right, y'all. Let's take some time to talk about Mayor McFatass. Because this dude's been making hella videos about me. He's trying to act like he's any better than me or anything like that, right? When all these guys are cornballs. They're all goofballs. Mayor Menace is a goofball. Major Chilla is a goofball. They all have their issues. Major Alcoholic literally drinks every single day. There wasn't one day that I was talking to him where he was like, oh, I'm taking a break from drinking, except for the times where he would say, oh my God, I'm about to fucking die from liver failure. That was the only time dude would ever take a break from drinking. And then a week or two later, he would be telling me that he was going to be doing shots for $10 on live stream. But that's not the subject of today's video. He'll be the subject of another video as soon as he slips up again. But let's talk about Mayor McFatass. Because this dude's been talking about my weight, acting like he's any better than me. He makes fun of the way I am, even though he's a cornball. You know, some of the cringe shit that I did in the past, he likes to talk about. But the crazy thing is this dude and his rotund girlfriend got doxxed after he was messing with some schizophrenic online. The only difference between me and Mayor Menace is that Kiwi Farms didn't catch it, because this is just some random schizophrenic that Chilla and him decided to start fucking with. You know, one night this guy was just sitting there rambling on live stream and Chilla starts talking shit to him. So of course the dude starts talking shit back, and then, you know, Major Chilla starts acting like this guy's a lolcow because he responded to him. It's like, how else is this dude gonna respond when you get drunk and you start telling some random schizophrenic that you're fucking his mom? And then when he talks shit back, he's like, yeah, this is a lolcow. It's just a fucking random schizophrenic that nobody really cares about, dude.
Already here we have some crazy shit. So one, he's comparing the fact that, oh, you know, Lemur did make music. We were making fun of his music on stream the other day. And oh, Menace is one to talk because he did the same exact cringe music I did. Well, at the end of the day, regardless of your opinion on Menace's music, your opinion on Lemur's music, only one of them has the entire internet convinced that he raped a girl. And I'm just going to come out here and say it. I think Menace's music is much better than Lemur's. It's just, objectively, it's better. But harping on this at all is just so weak. The fact that his only comeback to being called a rapist, a molester, and people making fun of him is to in turn dox this guy and make fun of his girlfriend and his music. Because only 1 or 2 videos ago, he was an outrage about how the community focuses too much on the people that they cover as appearance, how you shouldn't be talking about people's weight like we have been in the past, that we don't focus enough on the terrible things that these people have done. But then this huge hypocrite turns around and starts talking about how he thinks Mayor Menace is a McFatass or some stupid shit. He calls his girlfriend some names. Like, you turn around and do the same exact shit you just disavowed a couple days ago. And it's cause his feelings are so hurt, guys. And it all ties back into this guy Lemur's ego. He thinks he has the craziest fits in the world. He thinks he looks oh so good. And I'm really done making fun of his looks. I'm just trying to highlight here the fact that he loves himself. So the fact that people are making fun of his appearance, making fun of his weight on the internet, he can't stand that. Call him a rapist all you want. Don't you dare call Gilberto fat. It just really highlights how the fact his mental state is in shambles right now. He's falling apart at the seams. People are calling him all sorts of names. He can't handle it. He doesn't have his priorities straight. He's maintaining his innocence, talking about how he's innocent in the same video that he's lying about getting kicked out of the house. Like, no one's going to believe any words coming out of this guy's mouth now because he cried wolf so many times. He's lying, and now he's gonna allege that Menace is just as bad as he was because he had one questionable bar that he wrote when he was 15 years old. Just put the mic down and put the fries in the bag, Lemur.
He ended up getting his friend Mayor Menace doxxed, him and his girlfriend, and this dude started like making videos on Mayor Menace and like threatening him. It was pretty insane. I'm not going to show any of the videos because this dude does get pretty aggressive, but in one of the thumbnails, it's literally a picture of Mayor Menace and his rotund girlfriend. And, you know, it only has like 100 views because, like I said, this is a random schizophrenic, but Mayor Menace is stupid enough to put his girlfriend up there and just let everybody see his girlfriend when he's making locale content, but then he dogs on me for doing the same shit. You know how many times this dude has been like, I can't believe he put Lily up there to get doxxed. Motherfucker, you did the same exact thing. You idiot, bro. This dumbass used multiple pictures of him and her for an album that he did. He makes this like goofy ass emo yeet type music that fucking sucks. You know what I mean? My music wasn't too good, but neither is his. His music fucking is garbage. And he's also big, probably bigger than me, if not the same size. Also pretty ugly. Him and all his friends look like fucking Discord mods. And it's not like it was hard to find any of this. He uses the same name for his YouTube channel as he does for his music. It's just a little change. His YouTube's Mayor Menace and his music is like Menace fucking ×2 or something like that, like some goofball name like that. Like, bro even goes as far as to go into the comments of his 100 view music videos and he'll hype himself up, right? These videos have like 100, 200 views. He paid some person to put them up on his YouTube page and promote them. They're shit. They're shit music videos, right? And he thinks that they're the coolest thing in the world, and he'll sit there and fucking hype himself up using his own YouTube channel. How weird is that? Like, as if he just stumbled across this and he's like, oh yeah, this is fire. Motherfucker, that's you singing in the song. It's you. Why would you go and talk all this shit about me and put my face in multiple videos when for a while a large part of what I did was finding people? Like, I'm gonna admit, a lot of the times all of us would go on kiwi farms to source shit, but there was a few people that I just found randomly, right? And I would have to research these people and find out if they were actually worthy of making a video on or not. And that usually involved finding different accounts that they had and, you know, finding where they live, finding their face. It's not that hard, especially when you use the same fucking name for your music as you do for your YouTube channel and then put your face all over the place, you fucking idiot.
I don't even have to defend Menace in most of that because it's just sad and all the viewers are just going to see that this guy's grasping for straws. I mean, at the end of the day, Menace is for sure not bigger than you, Gilberto. I mean, if you guys take a look at any of the comments, half of them are Menace Mogs Gilberto. So are we being serious here, Gil Cosby? And it kind of speaks volumes to the kind of person Menace is here. If the worst of the worst he can possibly think of is trying to trash this guy's music. If one, of course, Lemur did the same exact thing, but was terrible at it. And two, you're a grapist, Lemur. It's like there's no comparison here between you and Menace. You are so terrible. And then you guys, despite the awful situation Lemur's found himself in the past 2 months, he can't help himself but brag about how good he is at finding people. You know, I spent half of my time not just browsing kiwi farms, but also finding people. I'm really good at finding faces, finding out real info. No, you're not, dude. Come on. Most of the info he has on Menace is stuff that Menace told him in confidence back when they would speak to one another. So I don't understand this whole, oh, I'm so good at finding people, you gotta be careful around me. Like, dude, this is just stuff that was hand-fed to you. You're not that guy. But Menace, too, he really didn't deserve this. He should have been able to post his face whenever he was good and ready, and then Lemur kind of forced his hand on this. And for what? Because his feelings were hurt because we were making fun of his music? His feelings were hurt because we were calling him out for 4 days straight at 4 nights at Lemur's on Menace's channel? Come on, Gilberto. Because in doing this, he only clowned on himself even further because everyone seems to be in agreement that Menace absolutely mogs him, so. And before we move on, I'd like to talk about how he clowns Menace a little bit for doing the same exact thing by putting his girlfriend out there, like how he put Lily out there. But when all this occurred, Menace was still just starting out. He didn't have a lot of subscribers. You know, when you first start a YouTube channel, you don't think about these things. You want to be faceless, like not sharing names with platforms that already have your face out there and whatnot. Those are things that you just don't really think about when you're first starting out. However, Lemur was well into his YouTube career when he was doing this same exact shit. So even the comparison here is so incredibly weak because by the time Lemur was doing this baloney, he should have known better. Menace, on the other hand, you can kind of give him the pass because he was first starting out. It's the same thing with the music. Menace still has a passion for music, but the lyric that he is going to harp on very shortly is a lyric he wrote when he was 15 years old. So even then, you could say, oh, he was an edgy teenager. Who wasn't an edgy teenager, especially if you're into this stuff now? Come on.
You for your YouTube channel and then put your face all over the place, you fucking idiot. So I decided to investigate some of this guy's music and it's pretty fucking lame. Like, it does show improvement. He definitely got better, and this is something that, like, I've talked to him about. He's not bad at music. I wouldn't say he's like Cyrax level. I'm not gonna go and fucking say that because that's just not true. He's okay at making music, right? But there was some questionable lyrics in there from a few years ago. There was this one song where he talks about like wanting to fuck somebody's dead grandma, where like he's like rapping and he's doing, you know, he's trying to be edgy or whatever, and he's like, you know, fucking I'll dig your grandma up from the grave and I'll sodomize her or something like that. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like some of the shit that this dude was saying in his music was not only like kind of weird, but also pretty cringe, because he would have these songs where he would try to be like hard or edgy and he would say, you know, stuff like that, and then he would have these songs where he was trying to be sad, and I think he was just trying to find his style, and he would be like literally titling them like saddest song ever or I sing a sad song, and it would just be him like moaning into the microphone for 3 minutes crying about how his girlfriend doesn't love him. You know what I mean? He's a cringe cornball. How are you gonna go against me, you know, call me out for all this shit that I did? And I admit, it's cringe. My relationship with Lily was cringe. But then you have all this shit about you. online that nobody knows about that is so easy to bring to light? Why? Why would you think that that was a good idea? Did Major Chilla tell you to start making videos about me? I think that's what it was. I think Major Chilla was like, Mayor Menace, you can get fame off of this. You can be the first person to A-log the leaping lemur. Look where it got you, you fucking idiot. Like, you're so stupid. You're such a goofball. I remember you freaking out about this shit. Like, freaking out about anybody ever finding this shit out in the fucking group chat. You'd be like, oh, I gotta delete this. I gotta delete all these videos. But he was so vain. Like, this guy is so vain and so up his own ass that he couldn't delete the fucking 100 view videos with his face in it. You know what I mean? Like, that's how fucking stupid this guy is. He had the same name as his YouTube channel, is so afraid of getting doxxed, but so proud of the shitty music that he makes that he can't fucking delete it. That he can't just say, oh, I don't want that on YouTube anymore because it's probably bad. I mean, bro went as far as to include his girlfriend in the pictures of these fucking these albums and the album covers and shit, like he was cool. Those are gone, so good on him for wiping those out after the fucking schizophrenic cyanide found them. But still, the damage is done at this point because his videos are still up for anybody to see. They just gotta look up Mayor Menace, scroll down a few times, and they'll see your face. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. So here's that clip of Mayor Menace rapping about, like, raping somebody's dead grandma or something like that. It's pretty fucking weird.
This cage, I feel like I'm going insane. My teammates come at night to play. They always play with the thoughts in my brain like it is a goddamn video game. Got this schizophrenia, I don't wanna hear voices. I don't even wanna hear any noises. All of them make me do bad choices. My mind running laps like it's a bunch of horses. Running like a Jedi, yeah, you know I'ma force it. I'm a big nerd, yeah, I like Star Wars kid. I might take a shit on your girl and record it. Fuck your dead fat mom in a morbid. I'm the one that stands out of the pack. You know that I'm a maniac.
Sorry, my bad. It was their dead mom. I don't even know what the fuck he's trying to get across in this song. He's rapping about being schizophrenic and wanting to dig somebody's dead mom up to fuck her. Because he's morbid. What kind of fucking weird shit is that? And if you don't believe that's what he said, play it back. He said something, I want to fuck your dead mom because I'm morbid. Something like that. Like, what the fuck kind of weird ass shit? What does that even mean? Why? That's not cool, man. That's just fucking weird. Like, this whole song just has a really fucking negative vibe for me. A negative vibe. Why would you rap about this? Why would you make a song where you say these things about yourself? It's just, if you don't believe the song exists, look it up. He might have deleted it now that this video is out. Shit, I would. Cringe as fuck, dude. If I could release the whole song right now, I would. But I'm afraid that, you know, playing that little portion will probably get me some kind of strike or something. So I'm hoping that that doesn't happen. So you guys are able to hear that, because I was like, jaw dropped when I heard this dude saying this shit. Made what, like fucking 5 videos about me talking shit about the things that I said that I did, you know, out of context. When you look at this shit and you're like, whoa. Bro, it did the same exact kind of weird shit that I did.
That last part really gets me. Wow, this guy did the same exact kind of shit I did. No, he did not, Lemur. Yes, he made some music that was maybe a little questionable when he was 15 years old. He had to dig so deep into the past, looking up all his songs on SoundCloud in order to find this one bar from years ago to harp on for like 3 minutes in this video. It's really sad that this is all you could do, Lemur. I don't know how I can highlight for you guys enough just how much this guy has lost his mind, that everyone is succeeding around him that used to be his friends at one point that he of course talked shit on. But everyone's making videos on him, everyone's becoming so successful but him. Every single video he's dropped, he's lost more subscribers than subscribers that, for example, I gain off of a video. Every little chance he tries to take to claw his way back, try to get some support, get some subs, he loses more in the process. We'll finish this video off, just so you guys don't have to go and give Lemur a view. I want you guys to be able to watch it all here. We get to the worst of it, where he attempts to actually dox exactly where this fella Menace lives. And I want you guys to go after this video, give so much support to Menace, because of course he did not deserve this. I think you guys need to go like up and subscribe to Menace, because of course this is hard. No matter how silly it is that Lemur tried to do this has got to be hard for him.
I mean, in one of the images that was released with his girlfriend, for some reason he's wearing a bra and cross-dressing. I don't know why you were doing that, Mayor Menace. Maybe you can explain to everybody. Maybe it was a joke between you and your girlfriend, like an inside joke. but he's like wearing a bikini bra and he just looks goofy. Like, look at this image. Look closer. Here, I'll zoom in for you so you can see it. It doesn't exist anymore. I don't know if this was part of like a music video or this was part of the main image, or I don't know exactly where this image comes from. That schizophrenic dude Cyanide found it, but it is clearly Mayor Menace cross-dressing. So what was like you and your girlfriend into that? Was it like a joke? Explain it to me. I hope you watch this live so we can all hear like what your explanation for this weird ass shit is.
Now, hold on a minute. I forgot he harped on this so hard. He literally just came out and tried to get the gay community to go against Chilla for saying an anti-transgender slur on stream once when he wasn't entirely sure the gravity behind that, and he apologized for it. So then coming out and being so transphobic against Menace here, even though that's not exactly what this was. Anyone who's had a girlfriend before knows they force you to paint your nails, they force you to sit down and do their makeup. It's just how it is with women, man. So it kind of also highlights the fact that he's never had a true healthy relationship in his life, so he has no reference point about how normal this is, you know? I don't know. Let's continue on. It's just another silly point he tries to make in this stupid video.
Why were you rapping about fucking somebody's dead mom, digging her up from the grave and fucking her, you know, basically? And why were you cross-dressing? Why did you put pictures of your girlfriend up to get doxxed by some schizophrenic? Why? You cringe motherfucker. This is what happens, man. You can't just call me out for being cringe and then you're doing cringe shit as well. And I know about it. And it's really easy to find. You didn't expect me to make a video on YouTube? You fucking idiot. And it's just going to keep happening. I know a lot about these people, and they're not good people. They're all cringe. They're all like this. They're all weird. They sit there all day and make videos about people with mental disabilities for hours on end. They take hours to edit this shit, hours of their life to research and edit this shit. They have no lives outside of that. Zero. I don't know. Maybe that shit's normal in Nevada. You can tell me. Let me know, Mayor Menace. I want to know. Nevada, is it normal to dig up people's dead moms and have sex with them? Is that a thing? I don't know. I've never really been to Nevada too much. I think I went like one time, so I don't know what the customs there are, but you live there, so you should know. With that being said, continue to say lies about me, and I will say truths about you. All right? So let's keep going. We can keep playing this game. Y'all know I know a lot about y'all. Come on, y'all know. All right, peace.
Now, that's absolutely wild. It's super sad that he tried to dox Mayor Menace right there. Like, not only did he expose this guy's face, he titled the video, like, Mayor Menace Exposed, when it was just a singular bar that he really ended up harping on. And this was a bar he made when he was a teenager. Come on. And at the end of the day, nobody cared about that bar. Nobody cared that you showed Mayor Menace's face. If anything, it just gave them another thing to clown Gilberto about, because Gilberto, you know, obviously got mobbed by him. But then he'd stoop as low to be like, oh, that's where you live, right? You live here. Yeah, what is that? What happens when you live in this area? Dude, that was so incredibly sad. I can't stand this guy Lemur anymore. I used to watch this guy, and look at how far he's fallen. That's enough Lemur for today. So after 2 months post that terrible incident, we have Lemur trying every way possible to scrape together some views to pay his taxes. The big tax man is knocking at his door. It isn't just lawn shitters and Bill Cosby murals anymore. He's diving further and further into madness, stirring the pot and attempting to shift any little bit of hate he can onto those who have been clowning him before and after his return. And it's failing. His YouTube career is over. It's all his fault, and he just can't grasp that for the life of him. Anyways, Grubbas, thank you to all you who stuck around, and another big thank you to anyone who's present for the 4 Nights at Lemur's livestream marathon with Menace. That shit was so fun. Be sure to like and subscribe to see more shit like this, and go show some love to the homie Mayor Menace after all the shit that's gone down. That's all I have for today. Later, Grubbas.